And today we're talking to Steve Vaus, Poway Mayor, who is running for re-election. Mr. Mayor, good morning and good to see you.
Good to see you and good to be counting down 7 days left.
I know, it's almost there, huh? A week?
Oh, yeah.
Back for another term, you would like.
Yeah.
Why do you want people to give you more time?
We're doing things right in Poway. We're the safest city in the county consistently. We're ranked #1 to raise families. We take care of our infrastructure. People like Poway, and we're trying to keep it on the rails while the rest of California goes off.
Let's talk about the city, because you mentioned some of the positives, obviously, and in terms of development and growth, the city has seen a lot of growth in the last 10 years in terms of population, but also the developments. We were talking about some of the new shopping areas. Now Amazon Fresh has moved into Poway. How does that help the city and also maintain its I guess people want to live in Poway, right? How do you maintain the safety with all the new stuff coming in?
You know, that's why it's important to have strong leadership, a firm hand on the tiller to keep things going in the right direction. We just did a new labor agreement with our fire department, a 6-year agreement to make sure that we're going to have the troops that we need to keep us safe, and an unprecedented deal with them, with the sheriff's department, so we keep it moving in the right direction. Change is hard. You know, I campaigned 8 years ago saying we needed to revitalize Poway Road. It was in desperate need of that. If you ever drive through the Southwest, you see these towns that time has passed by. We don't want Poway to be that. So change is hard, but we're moving in the right direction, and it's going to be terrific once we finish some of these projects.
You have made a lot of changes during your time. Are there challenges and things that are still on your notepad of these are the things that I still need to work on and fix?
Gosh, I don't think of it so much in terms of challenges as much as opportunities. We have, over my 8 years, expanded our open space dramatically. Almost 50% of our landmass in the city of Poway is open space. We have nearly 90 miles of trails. That's a way for us to keep recreational opportunities right out the back door for most people in Poway. So we want to continue to do that as we redevelop the city part of the city in the country.
No city in our county, obviously, we're all dealing with homelessness and that crisis going on, that it's affecting not just California, but the whole country, really. In the city of Poway, how bad is the homeless problem? Is it a big concern, and what are you guys doing about it?
It's not a big concern for us. In the last homeless count, I think we had 6 homeless people.
Wow.
In the city of Poway.
Do other cities come to you and say, how are you doing that?
You know, I think it's partly geography. We don't have mass transit coming into town, so we're not at the end of a trolley line where people get on and say, wow, this is a nice place to hang out. You know, but we also try and provide the services that folks need that are in crisis, and help them get the help they need to get their life on the right track.
You talk about areas of opportunity instead of challenges, but when you talk to the people who live in Poway, what would they say, or what do they say are issues that they want addressed? Poway
is probably the most desirable city in the county to live. People keep coming to Poway. We've got a great education system. We've got great recreational opportunities. By and large, well, 4 years ago when I ran for mayor, I had 3 opponents. And I've stayed the course on redeveloping, revitalizing Poway Road. And there's a small group of people, social media, that say, oh, it's terrible, he's ruining the town. But I got 65% of the votes last time around. Now, I'm probably not going to get that this time because I have 4 opponents. But by and large, people like the direction that Poway is going, and they love living there.
We get all the positives that Poway has to offer, but if you had one critique from your opponents that you can pinpoint that you might say, you know what, they got a point, I can work on that to make Poway better, what would that be?
I honestly can't think of one. If you think of what Poway's been through in the last 4 years, 3 years ago we had the tragic shooting at Chabad, and our community came together like it always does when we've had wildfires. We come together, we fight them with pickup trucks and garden hoses. When we had the Chabad shooting, we came together. When we faced the pandemic, we found ways to help businesses and people survive. So there's not a lot I'd change.
Steve Vaus, we thank you, Mr. Mayor, running for a 3rd term in Poway. Thanks for the time as always.
Thank you both.
Appreciate it.